Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for taking your time to listen to this podcast style type. I really wanted to put this out there today and talk about this. I've spoken about Marcus Rashford before on my channel. If you remember, about 3 months ago he wrote a letter to the MP just basically urging them to continue with the free school meals during the summer holidays, and there were mixed emotions and mixed feelings about it. And you guys were very expressive about that on my video. So, I have to come back and obviously talk about that again because he's still doing amazing work in my eyes. So, yeah, give credit to where credit is due. So, definitely stay tuned, like this video, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so in his head, he thought, great, I'm going to just urge the government to continue the free school meals during the summer holidays. However, that was a short-term plan, and he wanted something that was going to be long-term, and he wanted ways to really help the child poverty in this country. It's interesting because anytime you think about poverty, you always think about Africa. We don't really realize the level of lack and poverty that is even in this country. And this really just shines light on this, really. And it's important that we talk about things like this because there are people that are less privileged in this country, and I know a lot of people have mixed emotions, Katie Hopkins being one of them, and those who obviously believe in her philosophy and ideologies. If you can't afford to have a child, then don't have a child. But my thing is that things happen to people. You could be up today and down tomorrow. You could have everything today and it all gets taken away tomorrow. So we can't just be so quick to judge because, oh, it's taxpayers' money. If we want to talk about taxpayers' money, then let's have a look at the broader perspective on what it actually goes towards, because there was a lot of things that our hard-earned taxpayer money goes towards that is actually less important than feeding kids that need it. That's another topic for another day. But so that I am here for this, I'm here for somebody who is in a position, who has a voice, who is using his platform. He's a Man United footballer. He's in a position where he can make a difference. Why not? Somebody like him would make more of a difference than somebody like me. Unfortunately, because you lot don't know me, but everybody knows him. He's got money, he's got voice, he's got status, he's got power, and he's making very good use of it. I really don't see what the problem is. If the problem is the fact that it's your coming out of your pocket, you need to be maybe projecting your energy onto the government for them to make changes on what tax money goes towards. But the cause itself, I don't see anything wrong with that. So in a letter to MPs released on Tuesday morning, Rashford unveiled a child food poverty task force he has formed with banks including Aldi, Tesco, Deliveroo and Kellogg's, set out 3 major new policy goals and issued a rallying cry for long-lasting change. Of course, we know that he came from a similar background as well, and he expressed that, and I shared that in my previous video. And so I love that because it's like when you come out of a situation, you come out of that situation so that you can be the answer to that situation that you've come out from. So we go through things and we may think that we are just suffering and we don't know why we're suffering, but out of our suffering comes our purpose, and it's about recognizing that. And it's like, you know what, I've been given the key to unlock something and I'm going to use that. He says food poverty is contributing to social unrest. Reflecting on a series of recent meetings with families in need of the same support he counted on as a child, he described watching a young boy keeping it together whilst his mother sobbed alongside him, feeling like he has to step up to protect his family and alleviate some of that worry. He was 9 years old. I know that feeling, he wrote. I remember the sound of my mum crying herself to sleep to this day, having worked 14-hour shift, unsure how she was going to make ends meet. That was my reality. You know, I really feel like some people lack compassion, or maybe some people haven't experienced like that level of poverty. And I think we have to remember that in this country there are different categories of people, and also it's not everybody that's eligible for certain benefits or certain help from the government. So not everybody is in the same place to be able to have help accessible to them. Um, he continues to say that mothers and fathers are raising respectful, eloquent young men and women who, in reality, are a part of the system that will not allow them the opportunity to win and succeed. Add school closures, redundancies, and furloughs into the equation, and we have an issue that can negatively impact generations to come, which is absolutely true. The parents are stressing they're not going to be able to afford for their children, and they're not going to be able to provide for their children to their best ability. Remember, here he says redundancies, furloughs, these are not things that are done by choice. These are things that have happened based on um, based on the unprecedented times that we have faced. You know, it's not like somebody who was just like, oh, you know, I'm an 18-year-old, 16-year-old decided to have 3 kids or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Or I'm just wasting my life away. I'm going to decide to have 3 kids because of a benefit system that we have. No, it's not everybody that has that mentality. Yes, there is a big proportion of that in this country. However, you can't think like that and be like, oh, you know, I have a problem with feeding kids. That could be your kid. Remember that. It could happen to you. And if it does, God forbid, then you would also be happy, and you would be thankful to be able to have this in place. Like, people get so comfortable. Like, you get so comfortable because you have it together, but what you have today you could lose tomorrow. I can't stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. Now, the 3 points highlighted by Rashford are the expansion of free school meals to every child whose family is on universal credit. And again, if you want to talk about the benefit system, we know the massive impact the change from housing benefit to universal credit came. It messed up a lot of people. You know, there was a lot of things wrong with the benefit system, I personally think, but that's another discussion. But it really messed up a lot of people, and I think this is a great idea. An expansion of holiday provision to all children on free school meals, and a significant boost to the value of healthy start vouchers for families with young children. I think this is great, guys. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are going to be on this, but what he's doing is a great job. You know, he's not just making his money. And somebody wrote under one of my videos, oh, you know, why don't he start his own charity, or why don't he invest his own money? Like, at the end of the day, who knows? Maybe he is putting a proportion of his money in there as well. You know, I'm pretty sure that he's not just sitting there not doing anything. And he's investing, you know, he's caring, he's showing that he wants to see a change in this community, in society, and is pushing the government to actually make changes that will impact the people. Isn't that what leadership is supposed to be about? Whenever we make a choice to vote for somebody to be in a position of power, is so that we can see change in our community, change that will affect us as the people. And he's prompting that. So I don't see what the problem is. Anyways, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. I think Marcus is doing a great job, if you ask me. And all the negativity, I've listened and read all of the comments, and I still don't get it. Like, I still can't ignore the fact that this is making change. I don't see what he's gaining out of that. He's helping people. Nobody's asked him for it, yes, but this is something that is close to his heart. It's something that is passionate to him because he has experienced it. And I think everybody should do that. You know, if you've come from a background where you have come out of it and you've got the key, or you've got knowledge, or you're in a position where you can turn things around, then why not do that? So let me know what your thoughts are. I'll leave it there. But thank you so much for listening, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.